Guys, deluded. I'm back again. YouTube's Lucas Torreira, YouTube's N'Golo Kante, the best YouTuber at this. Deluded on the damn t-shirt. Yeah, I'm back. Now, in the next couple of days, we're going to kick off our 2018-2019 season against Manchester City. I mean, it's a baptism of fire to mark the post-Wenger era, to mark the new era under Unai Emery. If Leno and these sort of players that are new signings start on the first game of the season, then yeah, you got to hit the ground running, and it's sink or swim for many reasons in regards to Arsenal and these players and the time period and just the season. There's many reasons, like we can't afford to delay. While if we lose, we can't draw too many conclusions. We can't draw too many conclusions if we win. So let's preview the curtain raiser. Now we know it's first in Pep Guardiola versus sixth of Unai Emery, even though he wasn't here. Pep versus Unai Emery is a battle that's happened quite frequently. Sadly, Unai Emery, which is bad news for us, has been on the bad end of the scale in the sense that he's had 4 draws, which is somewhat a consolation to him, and 6 defeats. But it hasn't been easy sailing and plain sailing for Pep Guardiola. If you just go and look at their Valencia days, or go and look at his previous time at Valencia, how they used to come against each other. I mean, it was what filled me with joy is Unai Emery is somewhat unpredictable. Sometimes, quite clearly, if you haven't got blessed technically players as them, you have to drop off and concede possession and think of other ways. Other times he's gone 4 versus 4 in attack versus defence, so it's the surprise element. So he knows somewhat how to be fearless, and that's what you want to see. You don't want to see us play. Obviously, if it works, and I'm not saying change every week because there's 38 games, but how we was to set up against Liverpool should be different to how we set up against Spurs and then City, for example, or Chelsea and things. There's teams that all might be similarities in the sense that specifically Liverpool, City, and Spurs, in the sense that all them players can run for mad amounts of time and like to press high, but there's all different ways. If we're playing against City, I want to mitigate the midfield. If we're playing against Spurs, I know it's not really their wide men, it's them fullbacks I want to think about, and I don't want to really limit. I want to limit the space as well. So there's similarities, but yeah, man, nobody expects us to win this game, myself included. So I would love a point. I would love 4 points from the next 2 games that we've got, and it's a mad thing in that we've got Chelsea next week. But yeah, man, I want to see a fearless approach, because yeah, man, it's a new era. Again, I'm not advocating being blindlessly optimistic, but it's a new era, so start afresh. I want to see a fearless approach ultimately from the boys, because everybody expects us to lose. So by that logic, ironically, what have you got to lose? I need to see limit in the space as well, man. I've already said that though. Possibly want to look to exploit any, because Kyle Walker's going to go forward, and you saw at the World Cup he does leave a lot of space and relies on his pace on the recovery. Kind of want to see Aubameyang on the left hand side taking advantage of that if he is there. So yeah, obviously pre-season you've seen a range of tactics from Pep Guardiola. In fact, throughout his time you've seen them play a 3-5-2. Which he said, I'm so sure he said he wants to implement at times a bit more this season. You've seen a 4-3-3, you've seen a 4-2-3-1, you've seen many different variations of that, similar to how you've seen Unai Emery in his early time at Arsenal. So it is a Tinkerman's game right now versus them 2 managers, the 2 Spaniards. So we'll see. We know Unai Emery's changed his system in games as well, and we'll do that if it isn't working well. So yeah, obviously City took care of business against Chelsea, and considering they're not fully fit, they look scary. You saw Foden and Bernardo Silva. I've said it last year, along with Sane. I believe Sane can be the best player in the Premier League. I do believe Bernardo Silva can be the best 10 in the world, in the world, and possibly in the Premier League. Well, if he's going to be in the world, it will be in the Prem. Maybe not anytime soon, but he's getting there, and he's definitely going to have a better season than his adjusting period last year. So there's him. I don't know if the likes of Kevin, Sterling, etc. are going to be rushed back, but it doesn't matter who City play. There's a strong side. For me, we can't really target Walker because he can't really be beaten for pace, and they'll target our fullbacks. But we've got to take advantage of the space Walker leaves, and if Mendy plays, he's not fully fit. Surely, he's a left back, or if they play Delt for someone there, I don't know if that's what they'll do. But we need to take advantage of the fullbacks. That's the only weak areas I can see. Possibly, I would actually encourage City to come forward with the ball and take advantage of them spaces. So yeah, man, we know, like I said, after this we've got West Ham in no order. We've got Chelsea, West Ham, and City. Obviously, we're playing City now, so we've got to be fearless in all these games. Like, these are all tough games. We've got London Derby and West Ham. Perez and Wilshere want to turn up for no reason. We've got Chelsea at the Bridge. We've been quite decent against Chelsea in recent periods, so we'll see how that one goes. And City, you're expecting to bite the bullet, man, but I want to see a fearless approach. So the only things left for me is to talk about our personnel or the formation. Now I'll expand in the tactics board, but in regards, I'm stuck, people. Part of me wants to go 5 at the back, 3 at the back, depending on how you see it. A part of me wants to go 4-3-3, so I'll start with the 4-3-3. I call 4-3-3 the fuck it approach, in the sense that they're better than us technically. They'll probably outpace us. We saw last year the counter attacks. We saw it in the final. We saw it the week after at the Emirates. They've boshed us, bruv. They've boshed us. But I don't want it to be like that. If it's a thing where we lose, I just want to lose because the team was better and we left everything in the ring. I don't want to leave this City game we lost because someone stepped up in a minute they weren't meant to step up. Someone got pinned at their back post. Someone wasn't following runners. Someone wasn't stopping crosses. If we lose, I just want to lose to the better team. I don't want to. Of course, I don't ever want to lose. I want to go unbeaten again if we're lucky. But I have no problem losing to the better men. Too often than not, Arsenal lose because of self-inflicting things. Probably the most frustrating was United at home. They deserve to beat us. Clearly, they scored 3 goals, but we shot ourselves in the foot. So none of that. We need to be switched on and things like that. I don't want to hear excuses about tiredness and things after the game, especially if Kevin and Sterling and them and they are playing. But yeah, the 4-3-3, the fuck it approach, as I call it. I'd probably go, it's a tough one because Leno's been good, but I do think Cech is someone you probably be thinking needs been in this year and be on the bench, but I think he's done alright in pre-season. And I'm actually leaning, it could be either one. If you want to play either one, I've got no problems, no qualms. But, pardon me, but for me, people, I'm leaning towards Cech and goal, in this game. So I'll say Cech and goal. Centre-half's a hard one. I actually want to play holding, but you know what? Socrates, I'm going to give you faith. Socrates and Mustafi is who's going to be my pairing. I love Maitland-Niles, and I think he does all right at fullback. He did all right against Salah, so I don't have a problem if he's there. But ideally, I would like it to be Monreal there. So Socrates, Mustafi, and Monreal. Fullback, I'm a bit undecided between Liechtenstein and Bellerin. Probably give it to Bellerin because he's been involved in pre-season a bit more. But if you do not have a good game against Chelsea, you will not be playing. So to say the back 5 again, because I said Bear, Cech, Socrates, Mustafi, Monreal, Hector Bellerin. In midfield now is where it gets a bit techie because I'm going to go with Lucas Torreira at the base. I'm actually going to go with Xhaka. And I know Ramsey's just come into fitness and I'm going to go with Ramsey. I think playing Ramsey in this is, for me anyways, is a gamble because Ramsey's a good player, gives us a lot going forward, but City is a team that will take advantage of the minute. What does Pep say? We pass to disrupt the opposition. We're trained to take advantage of when a player is out of place in the opposition. Ramsey typically is immature in his play in the sense that he vacates the midfield a lot and just wants to run forward and things like that. If that happens, our midfielders are outnumbered. So yeah, he'll have to tame it a bit in that regards. But I do think we need, at the same logic of that, his runs can take City players back with him and free up space. So yeah, and I do feel Torreira and Xhaka, if I'm cynical of them, in their pre-season friendly they started together, they didn't really create enough. So yeah. So it's Ramsey / Gudezi for me. I'm not advocating just Gudezi FC because he's played good in pre-season, but I love the lad. I think he's done alright in pre-season to earn a spot, but City's a different beast. But that's the midfield I will go with. And if you're wondering where Ozil is, it's because he's named in a 4-3-3. I'm going with Aubameyang, Lacazette and Ozil. Now Ozil will drift into the 10 row as the game starts, and Lacazette and Aubameyang will go up front. And I want Aubameyang and Lacazette to peel, especially Aubameyang. I want Aubameyang, I'll include this in my tactics board, to go down the left-hand channel, get in the spaces between Walker and Otamendi or whoever the fullback is, ask questions, because now Walker won't be able to rely on his pace in a foot race with Aubameyang because it's not the wisest thing to do. You'll disrupt their communication. I need us to ask questions of them, to be honest with you. We have to. There's no point. We can press them high, but there's no point trying to stop a City team having the ball in it. They're going to have the ball, but it's what we do off the ball, and a lot of what Emery's was brought in, I need to see it on Sunday. I don't need to see the finished product, but I need to see an emphasis about it. So yeah, I'll go 4-3-3 firstly, but by the same logic, I'm tempted to do a 3-5-2. Like I said, people, Socrates holding Mustafi, Cech and goal, Liechtenstein on the right hand side to give us a bit more protection from Sane and then fast wingers there, and Mahrez or whoever. On the left hand side, Monreal or Maitland-Niles, ideally Monreal. In midfield, Xhaka and Torreira, Ozil in the 10, Lacazette and Aubameyang. And another one which I'm not really on, but a 3-4-3 would be Aubameyang, Lacazette, and then Nketiah / Ozil / Mkhitaryan, do whatever. 2 of them will drift into the 10 row. We put a 4 of Liechtenstein and Monreal in midfield, technically midfielders, but they're fullbacks. And then you have Torreira, Xhaka and Ozil, so it gives us a lot of stability. The main reason I want 5 at the back is to try and outnumber City players because they're going to pass around us, they're going to do all these things, but if we have more men in midfield and compact the space, then we can deal with it. And the midfield is key. The flanks, we need to take advantage. Fullbacks need to watch their runners. You take your eye off Sane for an instance and he's gone. Bellerin, I don't know why you keep getting in foot races with people. You saw what Callum Hudson-Odoi did to you, so imagine what Sane is going to do. And I'm so sure Sane breezed out one Liverpool defender in pre-season, so we'll see what happens. So yeah, man, that's my preview. Like, good luck for the season, Arsenal, man. Hopefully I'm not in this position stressed like I have been for the last 2 years of this YouTube adventure. But all I can say is, come on, boys, let's do this thing, innit? Fuck City, man. Guys, deluded, I'm out. Get in the comments, subscribe, and do the rest.